No, I was talking about your dick. Let's just start. Let's just start this off
Fair enough.
right.
All right.
Uh,
I like it.
penis.
This is the raw, unedited.
No, no context.
None
Wait, can
whatsoever.
you imagine
I-
starting the podcast? It's just like,
Oh my
oh,
god.
look! I found this. Look, five guys, not burgers.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Penis.
Why
Huh,
why are
great.
they raw dogging it from the beginning?
This is.
Hey, we're
It's like
posting this
watching
on
Brokeback
Facebook,
Mountain
and
backwards.
I'm tagging mom in it.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
Oh
tag
god.
my
mom.
gosh.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
throw it out there.
Just tag
No.
her. Started something new, and we hope you like it.
Yeah, trying
Mm,
to make you proud.
yep. Yep.
Man,
So,
I went to a Bible study this morning with some of the guys
Nice
that
segue from that to Bible. Good
yeah,
job.
you like that?
Appreciate
Well,
that.
the crazy thing is they were talking about having somebody to be there for you, somebody to kind of carry the mantle, somebody who, no matter what was happening in your world, was going to be available for you to help share the burden, encourage you, give
Hmm.
advice. And I think one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this is because of the power and the support and what a blessing it has been to have that from each one of you guys.
Yeah.
And like, I just, I don't know what I would have done in this world without having you guys there for me.
Yeah.
Understanding parental situation and understanding everything that we have been through and where we started to kind of seeing where we are now and what's been taking place. It's so cool to be able to join in this with you guys and just kind of step into something that getting together and just whether it's going into the serious stuff or laughing with you guys feels so natural, and it's such I'm so blessed to be able to have you guys there in my corner and know what that's like. And I'm excited to kind of invite other people along the journey with us. Um,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
love it, Lance. I was, I did that men's group, the Band of Brothers thing last year, late last year, and they most of the men described not having anybody in their life to connect with, to have real conversations, and I've always had that.
yeah,
I can't imagine, and I've got that with like four brothers plus some close friends,
yeah,
and the thought
mm,
of not having it doesn't even cross my mind really. And yet that's how so many people experience life, and I feel sad for them, and yet incredibly thankful and blessed to have each of you guys. So just kind of parroting
Yeah.
what you say there,
yeah,
but it's amazing how you might say spoiled we are to have each other. We didn't get the fancy cars or the have our parents pay for college or wear name brand clothes. But at the end of the day, none of that stuff will be there for you when it matters.
Wait, mom and
You
dad didn't pay for your college?
know. Well, Lance,
That
they
must
must
be
love Lance the
tough.
most because he got braces.
I,
I'm not.
that's right. That's right. Hey, whenever you're this
Spoiled.
ugly, they had to do something to try to
Oh,
fix it, man.
stop.
That's all. That's all it
Oh my
was.
gosh.
They're like, which one's the ugliest? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, right. We
Yeah.
all
Some
know. We all know
snaggle.
you're the. That's why they called you Pretty Boy Lance.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Fancy Pants Lance. Who do we think has the best chance of making it? He needs a straight smile. That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, let's put our best foot forward here,
Yeah.
guys.
Who has
Lance
the
That
is
was
least
smart
skills and
too.
needs that smile? That guy.
So I heard the other day they were talking about like the different armed forces and sports teams and how they'll create this just band of brothers type situation and what the commonality was, and the commonality was shared suffering.
Yeah.
And it was just talking about um, having a group of guys that you can do shared suffering with, and I think we've all. Why is Lynn's navel on the camera? Anyway, I think that we have all.
Oh, whoa,
What is
whoa.
happening
Oh
here?
my
What? This is
gosh.
supposed to be a PG. I mean, we kind of started
I'm
off
sorry.
not
I'm
PG,
headed to
but
basketball. I'm trying to say goodbye to everybody.
oh my goodness.
I love you.
How dare you interrupt this with love and family stuff?
So
Hey guys.
Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm walking
Any
out the
more?
door.
How
I'm
many
trying to
kids do
say
you
goodbye to
have? My
everybody.
gosh.
I don't even know.
Those are the neighbor kids.
Yeah. You're just walking around the neighborhood. Oh, the dog too?
Oh,
Gee.
gosh.
Anyway, so if you guys like, they were just talking about having a group of guys that you can do shared suffering with, and I mean,
Hmm.
we've gone through a lot together. I think that brings us close, and I have a group of guys that we get together and we run every single week, and we're very close. We talk while we run and everything, but it was like, oh, shared suffering. That's what it is. We're all just making each other better and
Hmm.
experiencing it together and grinding it out together. So I think that's a really important thing in life, and I love that we have that.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing, especially in this world where everything is about pleasure. To and to, hey, let's go have fun together. Let's go do something easy together. But
Mhm.
what really deepens relationships is when you work together. When you, like you said, the shared suffering concept. I mean, it's huge.
Hmm.
That's what you think about the greatest coaches and the great coach movies for sports. They put their team through the misery up front, right?
Mhm.
And they end up turning into the hated coach because they're so hard on them. And then by the end of the movie, everybody loves the coach. They win the championship, kind of deal, right? But it's that you don't get sharp edges on knives by rubbing them lightly and gently. You have to grind the metal and the steel off to hone that blade. And so
Hmm.
it's not a gentle process. And to be sharp, to be powerful, to be effective, it's a pain thing. And I think more men probably need to spend more time suffering, you know,
Yeah.
getting away, not just living in comfort and ease, but getting into something that really makes them better. I love that. It's iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I do CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shared a story yesterday to start my presentation, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it kind of fits with what we're looking at. I showed a picture of one of those Belgian pulling horses. They're like bigger than Clydesdales. They weigh like 2,000 pounds.
Jeez.
And I asked the question, how much, can one of these pull? And it's about 8,000 pounds, like 4 times its body weight.
Wow.
And I said, whenever you put two together, how much can they pull? And it's not 16,000, it's about 24,000. That's if they haven't ever been matched. So there's a multiplier. But if you put two that have been raised together, that have been trained together, that know how each other pulls and all that kind of stuff, two of these Belgian horses has been known to pull up to 50,000 pounds in a competition.
Sheesh.
Wow.
So it's a 6x multiplier. So my whole talk yesterday was the power of alignment. And whenever you have alignment, there's something beautiful that happens. There's that Bible verse that says, whenever you pray, one person praying sends to flight 1,000 angels on your behalf. Two, though, is 10,000. So it's a 10x multiplier. So
Yeah.
if we just had the five of us, not including our families or kids, anything like that, just the five of us at a 10x multiplier per person, it's 10 million angels on our behalf.
Wow.
We had a
Jeez.
guy yesterday that was sharing about AI and the power of AI and how you can set things up. He's 24 and he's just like this AI genius. And he's saying the things that used to take him days and days and days, where he could do maybe 4 sales calls in a day because of the processes that he's put in and backed it up with AI. Now he can do 100 in a day.
Woo.
And so he said you do the first 99% of how you use AI, it's like a 10x multiplier. He said, but whenever you hit that 100% of the capabilities, it's like 100 plus x multiplier of what it can do.
Wow.
And so it's just really interesting. So whenever I was thinking about you guys and kind of the conversation that we've had to this point, it just really hit me of, wow, if we're aligned, which Satan hates, there's a real power that's there. And even if it's just to get together once a week and or once every couple weeks or whatever it may be, just to encourage each other and to share and or pray for each other, lift each other up, I think the world needs that.
Yeah.
There's people that
Yeah.
are desperate for that. So, Luke, we've all been talking. You got anything you want to chime in on, buddy?
Uh, you're talking about Satan attacking us and joining forces to be better. I've felt with the changes that I've been going through, I've been feeling Satan just attacking extra.
Mm-hmm.
And so having systems in place, for example, starting my day off, I'm doing 365 Bible listening. So I do a chunk a day to get through the Bible in this year. And
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed the days that I don't do that, because I have not done it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll catch up and do three or four. The days I don't start out how I need, connecting with God in prayer and just sitting with Him and
Mm-hmm.
inviting Him into my daily, it's just a different day, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been a good reminder um, to do that. And I'm getting more accountability and things like that to make it harder to screw up. And that's been fun to just, yeah, set systems in play to where it's automatically doing the right thing, you
Yeah.
know, and obeying my calendar
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
things like that.
Not negotiating with your emotion,
Yes.
you know? Oh, I
Mm,
don't feel like getting up. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
yeah.
I will
Woody,
say,
yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick, Lenny, I'm 38 now, and the motivation, everything that people talk about as they age, the lack of energy and the I'm dealing with that now. And
Mm.
so it's fascinating because I still have, well, even my desire has decreased a little bit with exercise and stuff like that. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with it.
Yeah. I
I
think that's pretty normal. Go ahead, Art or Lark.
I just wanted to bamboozle the whole conversation because I'm I'm in a season where this it's very timely. London becomes an adult this Thursday, and
Wow.
I've been thinking about what it you have to have a definition of a goal in order to reach a goal. So what is a man? What is the point of a man? What is the role of a man? What does it mean to be a man? All these questions are kind of going through my head, and would love to hear your takes on what it what that is to you guys, how you define it, and then some of the thoughts that I had written down during church. So, what would love to hear your thoughts on man, being a man, what that means.
I think it'd be cool to just throw out one idea at a time. The first thing that comes to my mind is a man is someone who sacrifices himself for his family, for the people he loves, and he literally like thinks about their needs, thinks about their good, even whenever they are going to hate him for doing the right thing, he still does the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, and oh, that's not it. I'm sorry. So to me, that's a really big part of being a man is saying I'm not just going to lay down my life and and put you first with food and put you first with the way I spend money and put you first with clothing and all that stuff. I'm even going to lay down my desire to be liked by you because I'm going to do the hard thing that you're going to hate. I'm going to do the hard
Mm-hmm.
thing that's going to make you mad at me, and that is act of love because it's so much easier to just want your kids to like you or want your wife to like you. But it is a hard thing. It's a manly thing to say, you know what, this cannot stand the way things are going. We have to change this. We have to fix this. And I'm the one that has to stand up and say something,
That's
even if
good.
So that's one big key, I think.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a husband role too. But I think a man will do that even if he's not married. He'll stand up for his values even in the workplace or amongst his friends or wherever he goes around other people, other men. He'll stand for what's right,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's not popular.
I like
That's
it.
really good. It's really good. Lance, what comes to your mind?
As I'm kind of processing through everything, I think about the natural human inclination to like want to be understood, and almost every single person, especially men, want that for themselves. But one of the things that I see in mature men is that they are defined by their desire to know the situations that they are in and know the people that they are around.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever they step into any given any given situation, their first desire is to fully understand the people,
Mm-hmm.
the processes, whatever that looks like. So then by moving as a man, slowly into a situation and assessing, you can then speak in a way that has authority, has vision,
Hmm.
has understanding, and provides direction in a way that if you just decide, hey, I'm going to brashly run in here, I know what's best, I have all the answers, everybody needs to understand me, you steamroll people, you
Yeah.
break relationship and don't allow a platform for you to be able to speak off of where there is any understanding. It's
Hmm.
just my experience trumps all, and I'm going to blast everybody because of how much I know, compared to somebody who walks into a situation, is slow to speak, but once they do, it's that whole speak softly, carry a big stick kind of thing,
Hmm.
where you are
FNFP.
defined. Yeah. Yes. So often you're defined by the thing that you don't say and the control that you have, more so than just exerting your will on a situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's one of the key indicators of somebody who is stepping into manhood and trying to find what that looks like. And it's like,
Yeah.
how can I grow in understanding so I can speak in wisdom,
That's good.
and be first to listen.
Hmm. That's really good.
Yeah.
Luke, what about you, buddy?
I think one of the ways is so right now I'm on the journey of learning about how money works and how it compounds, do's and don'ts. What is the our society doing, and then what are the people that have financial peace? What are they doing? And I have been um, in a marriage without having financial peace, and I've just lived life in a way that there hasn't been as much peace as I would like.
Hmm.
So I think one of the elements that's not sexy or popular to talk about is learning finances, learning how to achieve financial peace, and plugging up the financial holes of your financial boat, to where you are not putting that on other people. You are not inviting that to your relationship. Um,
Hmm.
Learning how money works. I think that's pretty manly.
Yeah.
And it feels emasculating not having that down.
Yeah.
You're inviting chaos when you don't
Hmm.
have finances. And it's
Yeah.
just so, but there's a massive, and I'll say this and wrap up, there's a massive statistic that most people can't access like $1,000, like of an
Hmm.
emergency fund. And most people in our society are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
get that. That's
Nice,
good.
Luke. Yeah.
LP.
Lark, what are you thinking?
Well, what I wrote down today was essentially a bunch of different labels that people have: brother, son, provider, protector, um, lover, friend,
Hmm.
et cetera, et cetera. And as I was thinking about it more and more, I had written down, is London ready? Is anybody ready? Um, was I ready whenever I became an adult? No.
Hmm.
I can honestly say in no way was I ready to become an adult. I had no idea. And but you grow, you build character, and that character that you build, nobody can give to you. You have to
Hmm.
earn it. It's not something I can give to my sons. They have to earn it. I can't give them muscle. I can't give them character. I can't give them integrity. I have to model it for them, and then I have to give them opportunity for them to learn it. But the thing that really stuck out to me the most in thinking about this was men thrive on honor, and they get that honor from achieving so that they can give away. And I say,
Mm.
so they build muscle so they can protect. They build wealth so they can give and provide a safe home. They spiritually get grounded so that they can be an anchor emotionally and morally for those around them. And so the purpose of a man is to acquire and is to better himself so that he can give. And I thought
Hmm.
that seems like a pretty succinct definition for what I'd be proud of myself to become, or my any guy that I know.
Hmm.
Hmm, that's Good.
That's good,
All those are
Lark.
good.
Well said.
All those are really good.
What do you think, LP?
I mean, I think you guys nailed everything. I think you guys hit a lot of the good stuff. I had a devotional with Thatcher this week. We sat down. We were reading Joshua, and it was Joshua 1:6, where he says, "Be strong and courageous." And I was thinking about it, and I was like, strength is not something that is given. Strength is something that is developed. And one of the commandments of God for good leaders, multiple times in Scripture, is be strong and courageous. And in my mind, it means there's an onus on us to do things to help us be strong, to put ourselves, like to your point about, men do challenging things. There's a fellowship of suffering, all those different things. We've got to put ourselves in that position to not be scared of the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And that we as men, like, we've gotten so away from strength, and there's some people can't even define what a man is and all these different things. And I think so much of it is, God made us stronger, not better, just stronger. We're just different. The women have different skills than men. And I think part of being a man is to be strong, is to find ways to be strong. And like, the courage comes from not just relying on yourself, it's relying on him. And so having that confidence, like meekness, I heard somebody say meekness is like a definition of it. It's like the guy that could beat everybody up, yet is like really nice. And just because he can doesn't mean he does.
Well,
And
I mean, Jordan Peterson says, "There's no morality in being weak. You have to. There's no morality in that. You have to be strong. You have to be capable in order to hold yourself back. And if you're not capable, well, that's not much of a man." I think something like that.
You're not man.
Not
Jordan Peterson says you talk like this, you're not man.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't Jordan Peterson. Maybe it was those Canadian guys from.
Make your
Yeah. The Letterkenny boys. Yeah, that's what it was.
You've got to
Both
play
are very
hockey.
wise.
Yeah.
I want to jump on something. This is kind of it's a big topic, and maybe if we all take a hack at little pieces of it, but it's something that's been huge in my life. We talked about in life. We talked about this desire for success, and the world talks about success. And strangely, though, they really focus the success in kind of one or two areas. Financial is the prime way people measure success. In other circles, fame is the way they measure success. But here's the way I've learned about to look at success, at least for me. We had a baseball coach back when we were in high school that was measurably very successful. He was the president and CEO of an aeronautical school. He was worth millions of dollars. So very successful in his career and in his finances. And yet his wife divorced him and his son was in and out of drug rehab. And so in a way, he was a complete failure in a couple other areas of his life, other important areas of his life, right? And so to me, if you're a financial, they talk about, you hear this comment made where men will sacrifice their entire life, their entire family, their health, everything to get financially successful. And then the rest of their life, they'll spend all that wealth they've accumulated to try to buy back their health and their love, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And so, if we're wise, we'll learn from other people's mistakes. And so I think, if you got one area of your life that's out of balance, let's say there's 8 core areas, right? You got your finances, you got your marriage, your parenting, your career, you've got your health, you got your friendships. I'm sure there's a couple more, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. But bottom line, think about whenever you're sick, right? If that one part of your life is jacked up, the rest of your life is kind of on hold, and like, where if your marriage is really struggling, or your relationship's really struggling, man, it can like paralyze you in a whole bunch of other areas. And so, or if you got a really, you're really healthy, but your finances are absolute garbage. Your home's getting repossessed, your cars getting, your home's getting foreclosed, car repossessed, you're about to be on the street. So it's not enough to be extremely successful in one area of life. I think balance is more a better measure of success, where you're good with finances, you're good with your marriage, you're good with your parenting, you're good with your health, and you see some of these elite level athletes, the Michael Jordans and some of these Kobe's and whatnot. They sacrifice it all on the altar of that one skill set, that one thing to be great. And you'll look around and you'll see people that have done that. They're billionaires. They're highly successful, and yet they're miserable. They're often chasing something to find meaning and fulfillment, and at the end of their life, they're not happy. And so, what do you guys think about this idea of a balanced life? Real quick, one last illustration. I could have started with this. You know those baby mobiles that hang over a crib for a baby, and they've got the little toys hanging from a string, and they're maybe like 8 little toys, and it spins in a circle. If you yank down on one of those toys, the whole mobile starts rocking, right? You cannot have one toy yanked without disturbing everything else.
Yeah.
And so if you look at those toys as the maybe 8 basic areas of life that everybody experiences, when one area of your life gets jerked and gets yanked into a bad place, it rocks the rest of your life. And so that's why I think, to me, this concept of balance seems to produce a better level of joy and happiness and meaning and fulfillment in life for men than trying to be the best at one thing and sacrificing everything to get that. So what do you guys think?
And just so you guys know, we got about 5 more minutes before we gotta wrap this up and call it a night on this one. But I think that extreme outcomes require extreme sacrifice. And if you're going to be extreme in one area and be abnormal, you have to be abnormal. However, LP and I talk about this a lot because we have in our environments where we're at, it's sales driven, and everybody wants to be the guy on stage who sold $1 billion of real estate, or sold the most policies, or sold the most had the most clients, or the whatever. And there's some guys who are in both of our markets who are absolutely killing it. For us, it's easy to fall into that trap because that's how our markets and our occupations reward, because of course there's incentive rewards for the companies who are doing the rewarding, right? However, for us, our goals are, how do I grow my business year over year while spending less time in my company? How do I process myself out more and more and more, and then, or make it more efficient where I have to spend less time to do the same or more dollars? And then, am I at all the stuff? Am I taking my wife on dates? Am I there for my family? Am I home for dinner most of the time? And that mobile, how do you continue climbing in an area and be really good and elite in an area while not letting your mobile get all out of whack? That's the measuring stick that LP and I use. And as we talk about our numbers every single year, it's like, did I grow? Yes. Was I there for all the other essential things that are really important during this season of life? Yes.
That's
and if
powerful.
I can say yes to all that, I'm super happy, even if I'm not not on the billboard and on the everywhere that everybody in my market is.
One of the things I think about whenever you're processing that is, if your only goal is your happiness, man, you're going to struggle. But if your goal is to step into the struggle every day and step into those things that can be difficult in that struggle, especially whenever you do it with other men, that is where you begin to find happiness and purpose and meaning in life. And it's like, God doesn't call us to sit back and just seek happiness. He does not. He calls us to be salt and light to this earth. He calls us to reflect him. He calls us to honestly just be solid men in our community. and in doing so, provide all those things that we were striving for, which is protection and provision and all those different things. But Lars, what about you?
No, I'm taking it all in. You guys are killing it. I'm liking this. I think this idea of dying to self and doing the hard things is part of being a man. I think there's seasons of life. And like Lark and I have had conversation about what is success, what are the things that we're shooting for this year. And it's like I've got a big goal of what I'm trying to make this year. But if I make it and I lose my relationships with my kids, I'm not there for the things that really matter. I mean, like I was at this event yesterday, and if I would have stayed around, I would have been able to schedule several different meetings. I had people that wanted to meet with me, all that kind of stuff. But I knew that Harper was playing volleyball. This may be the last season she ever plays. I don't know. And I was like, what's more important? Would I, do I want to be at these, scheduling these meetings where I can potentially make money, or do I want to be watching the things that my kid's doing? And so I just left. I was like, none of it's worth it, if I'm not there. And so it goes back to there's seasons of life where I'm going to bust my tail and work really hard and be really locked in and be really effective, but balance is where the joy is.
Yeah.
And so it's figuring out what is the season, and making sure that I'm communicating with the people in my life so that they know it's a season, it's not the reality.
That's good.
That's real
I
good.
love it, man. That's awesome. Lucas, you got any thoughts on that?
No, I'm taking it all in as well.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we'll probably wrap it up here. By the way, for those who, if we ever post this, probably going to cut the first part out, but
Oh,
we're
that's
the
the good
Courtney
stuff.
brothers. There's 5 of us /6. That'll be in a different episode. But
Gosh.
this is
Oh,
Luke.
Lord.
I'm Lark. Lars is the oldest. Lance is the middle one. Lenny is the second oldest. And we're just here talking about life and talking about what's going on and being men and trying to be godly leaders in our home and have a little fun. But it's not about being perfect. We are not perfect by any stretch. This is all about being real, talking about real life, encouraging one another, and hopefully eliminating some legalism while we try to be the best versions of ourselves and men of God that we can be. So if you ever watch this, thanks for stopping by and like, subscribe. It'll probably be on his beard. It'll
That's
probably be
right. That's
like,
where we'll put
subscribe.
it.
And
The
Hold the
subscribe
beard.
button on Luke's beard. So
yeah, right
that's
there.
where it's gonna be. And we're gonna some of our future podcasts will have some really hilarious stories from our youth that we have had, some favorite family stories, some things that just really will crack everybody up. So be sure and come back for more episodes in the future so you can hear some of those stories, because you'll get an absolute kick out of them.
Yeah, we might have like old friends come on and stuff, like old family friends. We might even invite people that we hated and just see what's happening,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
We
Maybe
can bully them.
we'll see what gets weird. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, love you guys.
Love you
Have a good
guys.
night.
All right. See you
Love you
later.
guys. Catch you later.
See you.